The Broncos are 0-3 and are somehow favored against the Bears. Is Denver the biggest flop in the league, or should more criticism go to a team like the Jets or the Vikings or Jacksonville?
All right, well, Jacksonville's really disappointing. Jacksonville's the only team on this list that I thought could be really good. And they allow a kick return touchdown to a damn fullback. The defense has been pathetic. Trevor's been fine, but not great, which is disappointing. Now, Jacksonville obviously has a bit of a history of slow starts, and I'm not abandoning them. But they have been the most disappointing for me. The Vikings, we knew these close game chickens were coming home to roost. 0-3 sucks, but you go 11-0 in one-score games last year, headed into the playoffs, and then you lose a playoff game by one score in your first 3 games of the year by one score. That's that old variance coming, regression to the mean, if you will, coming back into play. The Jets and Broncos, the hype never made sense. And I know everyone's like, oh, with the Jets, it's just because of Rodgers' injury. Their left tackle's on IR. Now, Dwayne Brown. That would have happened with or without Rodgers. Their whole plan for if Rodgers got dinged was that Zach Wilson was going to be better through some version of quarterbacking osmosis, where he was going to get better just by being around Aaron Rodgers, which is about the same logic of, I have a huge chemistry test in the morning. I'm going to put my textbook under my pillow before I go to sleep and hope the knowledge seeps into my brain. That's not how this shit works, guys. And the whole offseason plan of just hiring Aaron Rodgers' friends, whether it's your offensive coordinator, Lazard, Cobb, bringing in Tim Boyle as your backup quarterback, all of it, it's never made any sense. And the Jets, in my opinion, are getting to a degree what they kind of deserve here. Go ahead. What were you about to say, Demonte?
Well, I mean, you know that they're not just saying just by being around him or him just standing around. Like, obviously, they're having conversations. They're probably going through drills. Rodgers is probably giving him his little life hacks that come on the football field. Whatever you want to. I mean, it's not. But I was just speaking out because like you're making it seem like, oh, just by standing here. But yeah, I get it.
They thought being around Aaron was going to make him better. He's been terrible. And I want to say something about Tim Boyle. So here's the other thing. And put DeMonte back on the screen if you would, because I want DeMonte's real-time reaction to this. So Aaron Rodgers, right, they went into the season with a quarterback depth chart of Rodgers, awesome, but 39 years old, coming off an injury in the worst year of his career, with the biggest question mark to the team being offensive line. Then Zach Wilson, statistically speaking, objectively, one of the worst quarterbacks ever. And then Tim Boyle. Okay? Then Rodgers gets hurt. And they do not add another quarterback. Think about how many teams this year have... The Patriots just added Will Grier. How many quarterback moves there have been? The Packers had Aaron Rodgers go down. They've added no quarterbacks. Okay. So we know how bad Zach is. So why is he still playing? So Tim Boyle has been in this league since 2018. He's thrown 106 passes. Somehow, of those 106 passes, 8 of them have been intercepted. That seems outrageous, but it's true. That's not the part of that I wanted your reaction to. Because this really does show you anything is possible. Make the right relationships, get along with the right people. You can be in this league for 6 years. DeMonte, Tim Boyle played college football at the FBS, the top level, for 3 years at UConn. He then transferred to Eastern Kentucky, a lower tier school. Okay? At UConn, DeMonte, Tim Boyle played, again, 3 years. In his career of top-level college football, I swear to you, he had 1 touchdown. Now, you might say, let's say, well, hold on, how much did he play? Was he just a backup? DeMonte, I you not. Tim Boyle's career at UConn, 3 years of playing, he had 1 touchdown and 13 interceptions. Guy's in the NFL. That's a true story. He then went to Eastern Kentucky.
Was their running back really good?
No, the team was terrible. He went to Eastern Kentucky, a FCS school, started the whole year, and had 11 touchdowns and 13 picks. This guy's been in the NFL for 6 years. You might say, why is he in the Jets quarterback room? The same reason Nat Hackett's there. Because he's Rodgers' buddy. Because he reportedly went on that ayahuasca trip with Rodgers. It's just no way to run a team. So you keep trotting Zach Wilson out there. You spent the number 2 overall pick on him. You don't want to admit he's terrible. You can't bench him because Tim Boyle couldn't figure out the defenses at UConn, or much less in the NFL. You're just screwed. And then there's the Broncos, who just allowed 70 points, and the head coach who said that Nat Hackett had the worst coaching job of all time is out there openly rebelling against Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson was in the game down 70-20, throwing passes. Yeah. I mean, it's just a disaster. All right, go ahead.
Speaking of the Broncos, actually,
yeah,
Sean Payton, I think, has just kind of brought the microscope on everything. You know, made this the coaching job heard around the world. Like, you go out there and you say Nat Hackett has done the worst job in history. And then you go out there and you kick the onside kick, the very first play of the season, and it's like he's just plagued the team. I think he's doing a lot more damage than anybody else on the team.
Well, here's the thing. He certainly put a bullseye on his back when he didn't need to. It was just an all-time gaffe. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.